Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Croatia. Croatia is now truly a global empire, in a sense, as we have a presence not only from our home in the Balkans, which feels like, man, feels like a lifetime ago, actually. You know, the first half of the series was about the Balkan liberation, and then we decided to go up to, the Venetia area, and a bit of Apulia, and we used that to get to Malta, and we went to the Maghreb. And through the Maghreb, went through Jolof, and then to the Congolese coast. And from there, took a bit of land of Madagascar, and we also have a presence in Mombasa. Oh, I was pointing this area. And then we extended eastward to the Indonesia, started originally from Singapore, and then we expanded to areas, just key areas of where the centers of trade are located. Despite the color confusion between Croatia and Malacca. So we made all the difference, hence the reason why we're calling all these provinces. And who could forget? We also have a presence in America, New Croatia, even though it's surrounded by a few tribes who are sophisticated, and also that blasted Spanish colony called Florida. They may be friendly with us, but their liberty desire, sure, it's increased, but if only I were to help them support their independence, then maybe we can work together. Maybe. But now, there's this area that's open, particularly over there, since we control 8% of the trade power of the Chesapeake Bay. Although not to form a trade company, you can't do that out here. This is for settlement. But we do get 99% of our income compared to, the Spanish that, like, yes, you have a merchant there, but England does have a merchant there as well, transferring trade power. Florida's got a merchant and a couple of others. But they all got their own merchants there. But we need to control the Santee. Fortunately, there is one tribe in particular. Not too developed, but it's got good trade power. Produces tobacco. There is a stock exchange there. Levels 22. Whereas obviously we outclass them. So this area will be ripe for invasion. This will be the only province taken. As for the Fox Nation, well, we have to beat them too, but fortunately they are very weak. And New Croatia will be able to assist us. Which in fact, I'm changing that for a focus. Need to be supportive. Just this once, so New Croatia can stick with us. Still wearing those old uniforms, I see. See the uniform differences for those that have been following the series? Level 25, and I'm 26. So you get the uniform differences. But keep in mind, since they're a colonial and a republic, colony and a republic, heretic and heathen provinces do not give any penalties. Their founding fathers used republican tradition, continental trade, provincial trade power modifier. Construction cost, ideas, regiments all reduced. And new frontiers automatically discovered adjacent when a colony is built. It's good to know, but unfortunately all these lands are taken. I wouldn't mind expanding more of New Croatia if we choose to commit. And plus, as much as I'd like to send more ships to protect our trade, but here's one problem. Currently we gain about this, and we use all these sailors out on missions, and there are 6 feet on missions to protect the trade of certain areas. You're protecting the trade node of Venice. Valuable as it may be. But honestly, take a break. Because we're trying to refill the number of sailors out here. And to respond with the lack of sailors, we are building dry docks all over the country. And yes, even in Cameroon too. Dry docks will be built, which we never thought about that before because we didn't realize how fast that we were becoming such a empire. So we need to build more dry docks to not only add more sailor to them, add more maximum number of sailors, but may also increase the gain of them each month. And plus, one of the other fleets is currently in maintenance. The transport fleet that was newly built. It'll be finished in a month or so. So they won't use up too much sailors. What's the land force limit? Oh yeah, we're still over the limit. Yeah, I just realized that. Because I kind of want to create 2 more armies. Smaller. New but smaller. To safeguard the areas here, and here, and there. Just in case we need to send an army abroad to not only safeguard our territories, but also to further expand. But I still have my interest in Mali because improving the relations they may be, but I want that area. But there is some gold that's rather tempting. And speaking of gold, we struck one. Yep, this area we're currently colonizing here. Though progress is slow, but I'm gonna say this just this once. Here in the colony of Taveta, up in the mountains, while we have this 7th Army stationed here to safeguard our colony and whatnot, until one day we struck gold. Yeah, that was my prospector impersonation. Unless you want me to do the old man voice, just real quick. It's like, we struck gold, fellas. Yeah, that's the old prospector voice. I typically do that in Oregon Trail, but anyways, until the overextension goes down, which we will by the spring of next year, and the Spanish are currently fighting against the Ichisi, which they are allied with West Indies and this other. Oh, Colombia is free. I forgot about this. The former French colony. It's free now. And it's allied with England and Portugal, which are the ones that helped them out to get independence. And now Norway is about to be conquered by England. Norway, I'm surprised that they have lasted this long. Now they're about to be annexed. You had a good run, Norway. Much like how I wasn't, you know, like the Ottomans are not here anymore. They were annexed. Well, no, integrated by the Timurids. They were a vassal of Timurids and they become integrated. It happened 2 episodes ago. I didn't announce it because it wasn't noteworthy enough, because they were practically a shadow of their former selves and became an irrelevant entity. But remember, it was Croatia, Karamanides, Mamluks, and Akkunulu that destroyed the Ottoman Empire. It's amazing, really, of the accomplishments we made in this Croatian series. We have the largest navy, we have the highest income now. Well, most of that income is coming through trade. So let me see the total. Obviously we're far in the lead of trade compared to England, but we have good taxation. Production is the way to go. But I'd like to increase production, but we'll get it in these newly cored areas when they're soon to be cored and all that. And also a tiny bit of tariffs too from New Croatia. So let's wait a few months before we will go to war to get this piece of land. And we encourage New Croatia to support us. Benign neglect. It seems that the government that governs the least governs best, as those outside of capital concern. Our non-involvement in Rhodes affair, that's the island of Rhodes, affairs prove beneficial and the local economy is booming. If it moves tax, every little bit of income helps. Now, to tell you the truth regarding colonial Croatia, I mentioned on the previous episode about Croatian India that there was such thing as Croatian India. And I'm sure you Croatians, you Croats, viewers, yourselves probably have forgotten about it. As in say, well, it's kinda yes and no. It was also known as Ragusan India. The Republic of Ragusa had a settlement and a trading post in Goa, which obviously Goa was under the control of the Portuguese at that time. Yes, Croatian India. It was on the eastern tip of the island of Goa. The colony was established by Croat merchants in 1530 and 35, so much long time ago. Shortly after the Portuguese conquest of Goa in 1510. It was economically successful for a while, mainly dealing in Indian spices and textiles, obviously. However, clashes with the Portuguese, unstable conditions at home, because, you know, the Ottoman conquests, and the 1667 Dubrovnik earthquake finally put an end to any chances of the colony's survival. So, yes, I read an article about that because I was reading a little bit of colonial India history. I mean, I was aware of the Portuguese, the British, French, Danish, but I did not know there was Croatian because for some reason I just had to, you know how when you see something and you're trying to squint and then you rub against your eyes, like, am I seeing things? I thought I was seeing things, but no, there was a Croatian / Ragusan India in Goa, which is obviously controlled under Vijayanagar, which there's no way we can negotiate them to get the land off of them. They're extremely powerful. And we are just only the 6th largest army in the world. Speaking of which, military-wise, of the total, yeah, they're ahead of us is Vijayanagar compared to Croatia of the force limit. And I must admit, yeah, I think we should invest more of the land military as much as we're investing more and more of the Navy. And all that. So perhaps we should invest in a land force limit. That's because Vijayanagar's got a grand army and full quantity. They went with quantity ideas. That's why. So it is. So it is. And there might be a chance we may establish a presence in India after all. Look at how weak you are. I mean, we'll try to get more money, but we don't have any coastal provinces in a colonial range compared to, you know, there, which we're trying to core it at the moment. Mawa is not doing anything. They're negotiable. But of course we need a lot of money. And we'll get that money. Just be patient. Just make thousands. And all that as we have just fully invested in dry docks. So the fully reinforced navies and marines needed 132 sailors. Chocolate imports. Prominent economists have been questioning the rapid increases in chocolate imports to our nation recently, after one of our neighbors came to control a large quantity of the world's known cocoa supply at deft trade practice. Their confectionery has grown very popular even among Croatian people. Protectionist politicians are now questioning whether such import of luxury goods benefit Croatia, arguing that growing dependent on a good which our neighbors control leads to gold flowing out of our nation. Our income is fine. Manpower recovery is fine. Restrict imports of this sinful indulgence. We are a mercantilist empire. Keep that one in mind. So now it's 35%. Because we want to dominate the trade and add more trade power for our companies, including the Croatian Guinea Company, which I've made promoting investments to that. So we're not getting much inflation out of that new gold mine where we struck gold, but not too much on inflation. But I'm not too concerned about that right now. Make a fine amount. Are we there yet? No. Blast. %, 15%. Which again, if you get one, and you will get a merchant, much like how we did with this one, because we control 90% of the Barbary Coast Trade Company, because, well, we're the only ones that do that, and we have all the, you know, all the good ones. And soon we'll be working on this in future. Yeah, we do not have the colonial range. They own no coastal provinces. Wait a minute. But that's a coastal province. But you're friendly with us. I'll tell you what. Show me more of Bengal, but no units adjacent to what we're talking about at sea here. But again, you can't ask them because, for example, Japan, for example, what happened to you? You said no because you said too powerful. But obviously we're talking about force limit. Or is it due to me being too powerful? Trade charter regional skepticism is another. As for them, they're willing if the diplomatic reputation precedes itself, which we don't have that right now because of the overextension. But boy, what I would do to get land off of Vijayanagar, just say, hey, give it to me, and all that. This may sound like a stupid idea. I don't think it's going to work. Meanwhile, so let the sailors recover. You've built too many ships, and we couldn't keep up with the growth. So we gotta beat them to them. Plus less developed territory, less core cost, if taken. And it's the Spanish, excuse me. Spain, damn it, in Florida. And Croatia, New Croatia, you know, together. That's the reason why we're interested in that area. Are you fully recovered yet? Because you're about to go on an invasion in a month. Not yet fully recovered. Come on, you've got one more month. Genoese-Milanese nationalist war against Milan. You've started this. Milan is allied with Frankfurt, Lüneburg, Liège, and Munich. HRE countries. Okay. Yeah, you can all stop drilling. You've drilled yourselves enough, except for you lot. You've drilled yourself enough. You're not drilled enough. The Cossacks don't need to be drilled. Milan is just over there. But the other enemies that we'll be dealing with. So, Frankfurt is there. Lüneburg over there. And Munich over there. So Munich is close, so we'll advance on to Munich. Finish drilling? I mean, we did send one army out of there, so it's up to you guys. And Genoa. Sent all the good artillerymen out. In this case, remain in your position. It's a wonder how you've called for my help. Just one more month. Because I really want to beat them to it before they do anything. Because the Spanish are making rapid gains. Florida, you know. And obviously we can't negotiate with, you know, the other countries anymore because, well, we're at war. And I hope we'll speak again soon. If I could improve relations with both of them. Get set. Native uprising. Put them down. And now we have an additional merchant. So colonies are no good unless we get the produce home to the mother country. We must expand our merchant class to ensure this happens. Huh. That sounds like Croatia, all right. We're still technologically ahead of time. We'll get one more idea for faster colonists, for faster global settler increase. So we could colonize Africa faster. Off you pop. And you get ready for the supporting role. As we'll be taking on Fox Nation as well. We just only want one area and one area only. And we're going to give it to New Croatia. Which I wonder how that works. Which, keep that well in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I only played as one colonial nation once, and that was Holland. And that was before I bought the remaining DLCs at that time. Now, where would I dispose of you? We have no control there, but we do for Gujarat. Maybe that's why we're a bit interested in that. Pasai Burma? You really want to outcompete me again, do you? No need to transfer trade to there, despite the whatnot. You know what, simply for the sake of it, we're sending you to collect and trade. Need all the income we can get while we launch the invasion. Damn it! Words are failing me. Should be easy pickings. Get back to what you were doing. You're not involved. But we'll fight off any enemy that tries to, you know, catch them. Oh god, I got so many conflicts to watch. You'll be landing on August 27th. We won't be able to advance to there. Well, except the long way round. Okay, with us. Come here. You're not drilling anymore. Need your help. You have the conditional access with everybody. Yes, it includes Florida. What are you waiting for? Yeah, we're just gonna chase them down and then go all the way down to Munich. Okay, they hightailed that out of here. Oh, crud. Man is cruel. That's not gonna help. But until they're fully cored, which it will be by next year. Chesapeake Bay, 7.73. That's how much you make. They don't have the manpower, but we don't have the cannons, but we're just gonna test their defenses. This new Croatia is only interested in protecting their colony. Clergy condemns a philosopher as heretic. A prominent natural philosopher is forwarding new claims that contradict the religious truths. The clergy demands that he be stopped and turned over for punishment. Either way, this will cause great turmoil in the realm. Ah, crud. For the loyalty. That stability is going to be low for a while. Because 1. Overextension. 2. Reliance on Cossacks and lack of Republican tradition. And those Belgrade Revolutionaries means that this is their chance to spread the revolution over. I've totally forgot about the revolution deal. Because they say that, you're pirating us. Don't do that. We're trying to improve relations here. We're trying to have a talk here. Until we get these two conflicts settled. I don't know if it's wise for them to be having only transport ships, but again, they're East Indiamen. They got a good size of cannons, hull size and all that. And you have the numbers. What the hell are you worried about? They're using older type ships compared to ours. Alright. Support them. Need to knock these guys out of the war. Well, we captured one more transport. How's that? A native name of the ship? Yeah, we ran out of names, so we're using Roman numerals. Alright, new Croatian armies on the move. Meanwhile... Oh yeah. This needs a lot more artillery than that. This is the era of the fortresses. Take these two forts and they're out of the war. Tariffs on naval supplies. The naval supplies production in one of our colonies, the only one, in fact, has come into focus. It seems that it generates quite a lot of money. Perhaps too much without being properly taxed. In the spirit of mercantilism, we should force them to trade their naval supplies through our ports instead. This will greatly benefit our merchants and add a lot of income to our crown's coffers. Let me see. What's your Liberty design? 14. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Tax it. Sounds wrong, I know. But it's business. You want to give up? There's the Fox forces. Old castle. Oh yeah, I think we finished those dry docks long ago, yes? Well, one thing's for certain. We do have the manpower, but... Yes, the smack sailors jumped up big time. Ah. Finally. It'll make things easier. We'll have to negotiate for possible presence in India itself. Possible. Keyword. Right. This needs a manufacturing. It'll provide us very good income and adds more trade value to it. has a mill for the Chinaware. Yes, sir. Another spice. Does it have it? No. But university. Develop it later. If the chance is given. Stock exchange here. Haven't made any attempt to capture the more important areas. Where did the rest of the Genoese forces go? Oh, you're up there. Dealing with Lundberg. Take them out one by one, I see. We're trying to take out Munich, but apparently our efforts failed. I'll tell you why your efforts failed. You don't got enough generals. 1150. 1341. One's going to America. If you can capture the area first. Yep, Florida is... they got the land. Get out of there. Trading and clothes happens to us. Trade efficiency 0.5. Really? Let me see. Here it is. We have controlled 23.80% of the clothes trade in the world. As long as above 20, we retain the bonus. As a reminder, trade efficiency means how efficient it is at trading and how much income you can get it out of it. I was about to say, clothes trade good. Is that in spices? Is that what they were talking about? Tropical wood or what? Because apparently we control the world's trade of that sort of thing. Yeah, we do have a bit of spices here. Or is that through tobacco because of the damned colony of ours? I like how you just called your... well, they're not exactly settlers. The culture and the religion is still the same over there. Don't even think about it. And it appears they have not made any attempts to try to get it back. That's one. One of the other armies. No, they're all present. The ones that we sent out there. Not that one. One of the European armies. No, they got one. Including the one that plays support. Here. I guess this one could get a general. Have some degree of experience. Lundberg is out. Hell, they're coming down here. Try to take the rest. You do your work. We'll handle this. Oh, actually, they'll quit out. Okay. That's for the natives. But don't pillage. As I said before, no reason to. Plus, they pay us a lot in ducats. So go on, get out of here. And head back to Manhattan. One day later, room for one more. It's this that we want. And all that you got. That's all you got? Come on. You could do better. Your war is over. Remember, it'll be automatically be switched to New Croatia, I hope. That's how I think is how it works, right? Well, not right now. You got no diplomats. Okay, it switched to New Croatia automatically. Okay, good. There you go. More trade for you. More trade power. Slightly. But it'll do. It'll be a while for you to return. So we can bring you back over here. Because we got a situation here. And apparently we made very little progress in this siege, so break off. Let the Genoese handle things. So now I'll shift my focus to here. I would love to have Goa, but I don't think they'll allow it because they're too powerful. Look at the trade companies again. What can I do? I know it doesn't add much and it's not worth the vote. Well, you got a stock exchange here. I know it makes a tiny difference, but still, every little bit helps. Unless conditions improve. Yeah, they're on our doorstep. Improvements in naval technology. Where are we at this point? Might as well level that up. As I plan on leveling this. Just one more before we start going for this next set of ideas. Which will definitely help it. And not too concerned about the stability issues. Depending on what the revolution says. I think it's very little change, honestly. Thank you very much. I'm gonna catch you. We're gonna catch you. We're gonna keep chasing it. Oh, 6 maneuver. 3. No, we can't catch him. We're gonna catch him. Okay, look here real quick. Chance of new settlers is 11.8. For extra settlers each month. Spreads 90 a year. But now with faster colonies, just jumped up a little. It's 20. And later down the line, you get a little more. Isn't there a policy somewhere that also does that? No, but I see this. What did I tell you about global trade? Getting ridiculous at this point. Rings bring fertility in Mombasa. If I want to make it a world port, I would, but investments are going to be spent elsewhere. Meanwhile, battle. That got him. Maintain it until this war is over, and we'll begin negotiations to see if we can get a land out of them, just to establish Croatian presence in India. Or we can begin these talks right now. Briefly occupied Gorica. You know what? I haven't done it in a long time. They don't have the ducats, but they do. It's been a long time since I did that. I've forgotten about it since I was so consumed with global trade and all that. Alright, time for you to go home. Return to Europe. But first you have to make a stop in Tunis. Right. Again, it's doubtful that they would give this away. Too powerful, they say. That means too powerful them rather than us, I think. And no money in the world will convince them otherwise. But meanwhile, on Malwa, they're more kinder. They'll be willing to give this land away for the right price. But this area here is an Indus instead. Establishing a presence in Gujarat. Malwa is a powerful country if we were to commit all of our forces there. But they're allied with Akkonulu, which they won't betray us. Proud share of development is another reason. And Vijayanagar gets all the good places, and yet we can't get it all for them. But good luck trying to go to war against them. Fight them, and you're in a war in for a world of hurt. It would take a great effort. Nobody would be willing to join this distant war. Even if you were to tell the Mamluks to prepare for war, it's not going to be enough. If you could say, if you really want to establish your presence in India, and they got all these world ports that they have under their control, let's just say, if the Croats were to fight in India, this would be our own Vietnam, in a modern sense. Where we would just be committing transport after transport, and then, no matter what it takes, they will find a way to drive us out of here, and we would be surrounded and all that. if you are that greedy, if you want the spices of the land. But no, we got some of the spices here. We're happy with what we got. What's the development of this land? I'm sure it's not good. Not good. It's drylands, you know. But remember, once you take the land off them, you can't negotiate for another again. Otherwise, the other countries are going to get antsy about us being here. Seems the most willing is Basra. Which they'll say yes to it, but we do not have the money. Tributary. Again, you guys seem nice. Would that be too many relations? In fact, if we do indeed want to invade Vijayanagar, I think allying with Malwa would be the best bet. Because you know how I'm tempted on greed. Especially the spice trade. And we talked about Croatian India or Ragusan India in Goa, even though it was the Portuguese that was there. My god, is this what we come to? And by the way, you know what this would be called if a trade company were to be formed? It would be Coromandel Charter. But over in Bengal, it would be East Indian. The proper East India Trading Company. And you're friendly with us too. Within our colonial range. They own no coastal provinces. But you own one. That's a port, is it not? That's a shipyard, so it is therefore a port. What are you talking about? But you got 100 prestige, so do request to share a map. No units adjacent in a region adjacent to this one. Okay, Burma then. Say too if we could speak again. That's for the new countries. Scary to know that Pasai has Burma, which means more manpower to them. Talk to Bengal again. No, sir. Now, are you willing to give it to me? Wait. Maybe I get this incorrect. Bengal area. Are you referring to this area that's called No, it is Bengal. Tripura is the area. Okay. Maybe we should send the ships up here. Is that what they mean by that? Get over here, real quick. So, yeah. Invading Vijayanagar to take the spice lands and certain trade ports. With Malwa's help, we may have a chance. But we would be risking antagonizing Akonulu. The attitude towards enemies. Because we have a bit of a complex relationship. You still trust, which in fact let me use those favors. Oh. Sure. Let's get back together just like old times. Present. Are you sure you won't share that map with me? I know we're spending prestige here. Okay, now they will. Okay, thank you. Now we'll take our leave. Get back to what you were doing. Trade powers going back to Pasai. Are they an Eastern plutocracy as well? No, they use the mandala system. They have the trade ideas. And all that. And it seems the army's finally made it back. No coastal provinces within our colonial range then. Despite the fact we do have the colonial range. You're friendly with us. So do you. Just looking for potential areas. Japan would not be willing because it's been stated before. Too powerful to talk about themselves. But Vijayanagar is not a great power. One more time to reason with them. Too powerful, no matter the opinion or diplomatic relation, no money in the world is ever going to convince them otherwise. No single land would convince them. So we'll probably have to go to war for it. But I'm sure some of you are thinking, what else more do you want? I mean, yeah, Goa would be nice. This. Any seaport would be grand. And plus, Goa isn't well developed. How could they have neglected that? But hey, it costs less to core them. That's one thing. So maybe don't buy the land off of Mawa. Befriend Mawa. And again, we're not going to war against them. We're going to ally with them since we've improved relations. And we're going to use them to fight against. But that requires 2 transport fleets to send everybody over on this land invasion. And their navy is very large, so I think it would be our damnedest to try. I mean, most of them are just light ships because they're a trade-intensive people. And there's their main fleet. Holy God. But they have a 1-star admiral. So blockade Gujarat while assist with the Malwan fleet. Malvani fleet, that's the nationality. While we're still interested in colonizing Africa concurrently. Well, they've been aggressive expansionists. So I think we do need all the help we can get. But they're going to be so damn numerous. And they have quantity ideas and offensive ideas. That's their military ideas. They'll fight like lions down there. So we'll consider. Just want you out of the way. Bring him down here. To Mombasa. Well, as you rest, we're going to transfer you. Yes, you're going to be transferred again. Out of the way. These two armies will remain. I'm going to send everybody over here. I mean, obviously, we don't need to cause a land invasion. We'll have to fight a land campaign through Mawa in Access when we establish an alliance with them, which we will soon. Don't rush the day. And probably all the nearby light ships around here should also come to assist to defeat their large navy, which kind of rivals, well, it doesn't rival Croatia's, but we're just committed elsewhere. But I kind of want to build more heavy ships now. It's going to cost you a bunch of sailors for this, but it's a necessity. It's 7 in production. Well, that's for starters. Any more light ships, I mean, excuse me, heavy ships is a difference maker. I know I'm not supposed to be using it, but damn it, something's got to give. Old heavy frigates. Tell you what, you're going over there too. Since I told you to take a break from the missions, you don't need to protect the Venice trade node anymore. It's very valuable now. So I think the Croatian invasion of India might be a realistic plan now. But to tell you what, will there be a Croatian India? The question is, where do we want to establish? Hardy seamen. Our traditional fisheries are proving excellent grounds for recruiting of sailors for our fleet. This is filtered into better leadership in our navy. Good to see. Got our navy tradition back. So, what's it going to be? The Croatian Coromandel Charter? I think you should take that because the trade value is more than Bengal, so there's no need for a Croatian East Indian Company. As tempting as this is, but down here is more valuable than in Gujarat. No debate now. I'll get another merchant no matter what very soon. So for once, impressment of sailors. We need more sailors. So Bari, Skopje, Ternavo supports us. Send delegation Holy See just this once. Not concerned about convergence anymore. Yeah, that, because we got a lot of diplomatic power. Don't do that. We could get our corruption easily. You'll get the influence. 60 out of 20. Lose a bit of mercantilism. I'm not giving that up, but obviously it's not enough. So what you're gonna do... They keep telling me the use of crownlands. Oh, we don't have that anymore. With those benefits. But hey, every little bit of land helps. More land, more loyalty. You could even sell titles to them if you wanted to, but we make our fortune. Fine. We'll take the hit on our professionalism. We'll get the professionalism back up through drilling. we'll come back to that later. Again, I stare at India as in the next place to expand for more riches. Oh, by the way, is that stock exchange finished? What does this mean? 51.1. There is a merchant, but I haven't received one. $35. Could promote investments, but not now. Ready for transport. Make a stop at Congo. The ideas of Gavrilo Kansevich. Slow down. Oh, we do got a merchant. But where? Again, we have no trade presence in that part of India, but we do a little bit. We do have a little bit of trade power in Gujarat. Does anyone just have a little value? Okay, I guess we found one. Hang on, I'll read the text in a moment. Yeah, I know where I'm going to send you. Worry about the Indian trade later. Apparently it's a lot more powerful. We have more power in that trade here, so go collect it. Go get him. Anyways, in the thinly veiled attack on Great Prince Goisov Talavat, Gavrilo Kanisevich, a renowned philosopher at the University of Zagreb, has published a treatise protesting against the excesses of absolute rule. Unfortunately, it seems that his work is both very persuasive and very popular among the intelligentsia, who have taken to quoting certain key passages of it whenever they wish to argue against government policies. Good Lord, that's a lot of them. But revolutionary ideas come to our capital. Manpower recovered. I don't want any revolution here. Get over here. We're about to put down some revolutionaries. The flying shuttle. Petar Frankopan, a local inventor from Ulm, has patented a new design for a wheeled shuttle that he promises to revolutionize weaving by eliminating the need for a second person to catch the shuttle as it passes through the warp threads. While productivity is still limited by the rate at which thread can be spun, already a major bottleneck in textile production, the shuttle is spreading quickly to weavers all over the country. If only our spinners could keep up. So, wool, cloth, silk, cotton, we're the masters of the textile industry in the Balkans. So there you have it. Also, those natives are at it again, and we've put them down again. Battlefield medic. Good to know. Alright, we're here. Arrest him and burn his books. 27 revolutionary regiments rise up here. Revolutionaries defeated. Our defeat of the revolutionary forces in Zagreb represents a major setback for their cause. With their failure to overthrow the state, leaders of reform sports across the Balkans are losing faith in the revolutionary cause, opting instead to acquiesce in the continuation of the Great Princedom. For the Great Prince, for the Republic. Republic forever. No revolutionary cause is going to convince Croatia to embrace that. I know you haven't yet, good friend. And don't try to spread a revolution anywhere else. Spinning Jenny. A major limitation for weaving productivity has long been at the rate at which thread could be spun. Even before the introduction of the flying shuttle, one weaver required 4 spinners to service him. To overcome this hurdle, Pavel Mihalovac, an inventor from Drinopolia, has devised a machine allowing one worker to do the work of many spinners. Together with the flying shuttle, this machine promises to greatly improve the efficiency of weaving in the near future. Fantastic! Okay, this fleet's arrived with the light ships and the heavy ships here. Even though we told them to protect the trade here, but we kind of discontinued that because of what we may get into very soon. And in fact, we should do the same. Need every naval support for the upcoming conflict, as I really am thinking about going to India. Which is going to have to be the Kanara area. Or at least just jump it, you know. Just control the trade in here, I mean Goa especially. Which that one's been neglected and good place to develop. There. And possibly in Kotak as well. And there, especially there. So no inland provinces, no further coast provinces, just only centers of trade, just like what we did over in the Malay Peninsula and a part of Indonesia. Why the hell am I improving relations with Akunulu? Well, actually stay that. Here it is. Naval morale up. Naval maintenance goes up. May agitate for liberty. There's your trade efficiency. That'll be going up in the future, and the trade range too. Ready for transport. Land to Mombasa. Just a staging area. While you guys continue to drill. So you'll have used 2 transport fleets. You're going to be coming in last. Because if we were to make a stand somewhere, it would have to be like go with Mala and work our way down. Because most of our combined strength, except for these 2, and those in America. Just in case we want to expand for reasons. You're getting larger. Maybe we may support Florida in the future. But of course that means you're going to be fighting Spain for the first time, and it would be devastating. But you know what, Tuscany? Oh God. May or may not regret this. But India first, alright? I will not let that idea of a Croatian India die out. Don't want to buy land from Allah, but most willing to ally with them. I'll use those favors to get your trust from you, just like old times back then. And again, we might bring you over here. I think we may have to put the colonization of Africa on hold for the time being, because of what I have planned. Revolutionary Hamburg. What? Let's see. Revolutionary Bremen, Revolutionary Hamburg. They exist. Revolutionists creeped up all over the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. They don't have the manpower right now, but still. Actually, you may want to ally with them sooner, because you have to get the favors if you want to start such a war. Because Mala's not going to go with you until you owe them this amount of favors, and they're quite in debt. Which I'll be willing to bail them out of the debt. We'll just have to learn to trust each other now. Start curry favors. Plus, I was saving up that money for buying a possible, charter company and all, but that ain't gonna happen. I'd like to get it off of Bengal, but not gonna happen either. It's a pretty good amount. A couple of years and then invasion begins. Yeah, they're finished. Gather around. You're gonna be sent to the Indian Ocean. I know it's not much because we lack the sailors, but every little bit helps. Well aware. Goes our philosopher. This we'll need, but that's going to cost you a lot. As much as I want to get this up, but do get it up. Want to prevent revolution events occurring here again. And the separatism will be gone for good. And we're about to finish colonizing here. If you're going to colonize somewhere in another direction, again, it's only worth 400 is how much regents you'll be facing. We should get those from America. That's guarding New Croatia. You're having a bit of a military buildup. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you're going to start fighting against the Timurids. It would be a very bad idea. It's not why I allied you in the first place. And I know Vijayanagar is not your enemy, but still! I'm definitely afraid of what you are up to. Because if it says war with Timurids, Oh god, we'll be fighting on multiple fronts. Here on the defensive, down there on the offense. That's what I can see. Get this back. Colony self-sustaining. Alright. We finished it. As I said, I think we may have to put the colonization of Africa on hold. You could send it in the surrounding areas. See? Almost there. Again, I don't know what they're up to, but I don't like it because to me that's too close to the border with the Timurids. Of course, I'm trying to get enough favors from them, which is going to take a while. Oh no, I didn't see how much money we make out of the Moluccas. 21, okay. Ever since the advisor kicked the bucket. You know, do promote it. Croatian Indonesian Company. Check back one more time. Our diplomatic corps have been working hard to ensure interests are represented in foreign courts. Their efforts have allowed us to spread the net of our influence yet further. This is good news. There you go. That's temporary. Keep well in mind. See how much percentage out of this when the month of May comes. Not much. Very little. Well, it can be improved upon. That reminds me. Should build universities. If they're already present, if not. You got a mill. This one does not have a manufacturer for tropical wood, if interested. My goodness. I mean, we've been getting it very slow. That's due to the average local autonomy because of the amount of territories we have. But this one I will go for. Morale of armies. That's an important one to me. Are you still in debt? Okay, we might need you, but well, again, this requires a great effort from us and from you. We can get them out of debt, but we need the favors, get them out of debt, and then they'll have it. Enemy of enemy, Because Timurids. Maybe that's why you wanted to ally me in the first place. What happened to Brittany? Well, Brittany is out. Place of interest. That's their new capital and main trade city. In fact, that's their only province left. Well, they still got European allies, but I don't think that's going to matter. You can't go to war without you being in debt. The Republic of Tradition would just be bad, so... Go for a military candidate. And of course, man in charge. Got a lot of fire. I just noticed that. A lot of fire, but no shock. One maneuver, no siege. Inspiring leader. Morale of armies up. This is well timed. How old are you? 47. Again, I'll get you out of debt easy, but just wait until these favors reach up to 10. Get you out of debt. We'll go to war together. And then all hell will break loose. And now for electorate. Can't do this because we don't have naval ideas. And we're not a pirate republic either. Definitely. This one's for manpower recovery speed. And this one's morale of armies, so I would go for this. A republic relies on its citizens to function, and so it is only right that each citizen in our state will have the power to vote for who will guide our country. Attaining the privilege of being a citizen will also be a spur to all those under our roof that strive for good conduct. Yep, our morale of armies will be going up even more. Which just to show that the Croatian fighting spirit that we will never give up. Even against all odds. Johor, it says, so that's where he made his career known. That was a long time ago. Which army was that? Oh, Johor. Oh, excuse me, that was the Cossacks. That's an important one to me. Each time you get a general, you get your professionalism up a little faster. 1, 3, 5, 1. Doesn't hurt to drill a little more. Looks like it's going to be 1740 is going to be the year for the invasion of India. For the company. For more riches. For everything. Getting bigger and bigger. Seems you want to... Then again, should the Timurids attack us, if they attack Croatia directly, you're going to go through the Commonwealth first. And Konulu and everybody else. They don't have the manpower to take on the Timurids, but they could with me, and I don't want that to happen. I need them for the war against the Vijayanagar. Great old man. Don't really want to spend any more military power, but we want to be ready. Influenza spreads in Palembang. Sure handles growing epidemic. Quarantine the province. There goes our monopoly of that trade. Of that area. Keep that well in mind. So, since they've completed offensive ideas, I mean, an army for the city of victory, so they have the discipline. And the offense ideas, they do have the discipline. That's one thing. And they do have the quantity ideas. Still working on trade, which every aspiring empire should have. Should we? Center of trade upgrade cost sounds good. I mean, it's alright if you're going to be a little bit behind the time. But go for it. Been cogitating on that. Okay, they're drilling, so they're not going to war. Oh, they were drilling a bit. Well, are you or are you not? Okay, they're drilling. Okay. Just making sure. They're drilling too. Okay, that's good to know. So that indicates that they're not going to war with anyone just yet. Wait, hold on. Never mind. Naval engagement. Global naval engagement plus 20. But improved artillery range from the back row. I don't know what's more dangerous. The land armies or their navy. Go for naval engagement. Because losing a ship and more may cost us a lot, and it will take a long time to rebuild our navy. When that time comes. That's why we all gotta work together. And the first priority is to blockade this navy. It's got the most heavy ships as far as knowledge is concerned. What we know about it from basically intelligence. You could drill a bit. Come on, so do you. I want everyone ready. It's only gonna be around 1740. That's when start deploying. And then war starts. Blockade navy. meet up with Malvani, the Malvani forces. We'll come down together. And then, and to decide whether or not if this will be our Croatian Vietnam or not. But if we are successful for not only beating the heck out of the army, killing off their manpower, occupy everything, which it will be a very long war, honestly. And whatever gains that we could try to make that hopefully control the coastal areas of all their centers of trade. And then maybe we can establish some trade companies, particularly here, since it's much more valuable than in Bengal. Happens almost every time. It's at 9 now. Oh, they're going into Africa. They want the gold. Who else is allied? Tobacco. Oh hell, they're gonna go in there too. Then again, India is much more valuable. Foreign quarter of Denmark. In fact, I heard 2 events just popped up. For a long time, foreign merchants have been selling in Denmark to conduct better trade of our country. Lately, with the intensified activity of the myriad of the quarters grown to a city of its own. This is not about its problems. Our own citizens are complaining that the Edjahan community is growing at their expense. They demand we impose harsher rules on foreign merchants and curtail their activities outside of foreign quarter. Must respect the good wishes. Decline of the spice trade. With the increasing amount of competitors in the spice market, the availability of the once extremely rare spices of the East has increased drastically in the West. While some have tried to stabilize the spice prices by burning what they produce or imposing stricter rules for its export, now it seems clear that the profitability of the business is taking a permanent downturn. Ah, crud. There goes some of that trade value. We'll see how it looks in April. Did it go down? Oh, a tiny bit, but not drastic. Could be further improved upon by development and the manufacturers, especially doing things the Croatian way. That's good to know. If we were to fight, you would join us. Happy to know that. But good God, bringing everybody here, like say if in a hypothetical war, including Malwa, since they don't like them either. This would be an equivalent to a world war, with the amount that we'd be facing. Okay. See how this goes. Look, they're willing to join. Now they need to get out of debt. Actually, it'll still be in positive negative. Well, it's still dependable. But very well. Going on. Ugh. Yeah, one more time. You're used to making that amount of money anyhow. Because I want to get this up and leveled up faster. No need to finish off these ideas. We'll get it after we level up. But now the question is, should I really attack Vijayanagar? Vijayanagar. I mean, they have been increasing their manpower to drilling. But again, they're happy enough to give us this land and without pay, but... Although it would be the easiest thing in the world, don't you think? It's like, yeah, we have some trade power there, but at least we would have a safe place to land our troops without having to go on amphibious assault. Or to land on friendlier ports, so to speak. How do you feel about... I mean, obviously you don't like us, but you don't like them. But you don't like... Well, here's your problem. Should we just one time only ally with Pasai, which we will use them to fight against Vijayanagar, so we can help you out on this thing. Because you got great numbers, you don't need to fight on another front. Which, of course, that means you gotta curry favors and you're gonna help them out, sort of thing. As much as I want to expand here, but they need to be dealt with. And again, I attend on the objectives of there, yeah, oh, any part of it. Although, I would probably go for, if time and money allows, 3 centers of trade, 3 centers of trade of Gujarat, oh, yeah, 3, and possibly 3 more. Now, that's what I see, but of course it's dependable on development. And how many of their damned armies are still out there while we be fighting a hellacious war that's gonna be... Again, I hope you're ready in the future. Beat the heck out of Vijayanagar enough, then maybe it's gonna be their time to strike back, even if they don't. May never know. Despite the fact that we're good. Greedy. Again, we'll consider what our future is going to be. Will there be a Croatian India? I mean, we don't intend to grab all of India, just only the ones the center of trade, just to enrich ourselves even more. So that way we could possibly focus on this newfound wealth to start building, you know, buildings like regimental camps, conscription centers, in fact, into these areas, so we can have a land force limit, so we can have a larger number of armies, so we can patrol wherever we want, because the Navy is barely keeping up, but not the Army. So, see what this is going to be. Either that, or in the next episode I'm going to have a cold feet about this and change the plans. So we'll see how this will turn out in the future. Hope to see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.